Hey guys, let's talk about pornography and semen retention. I got my tea with me, and today was supposed to be my off day, not recording, but this is very therapeutic for me, and it also keeps me in check. I'm prepping for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, my very first tournament, coming up in February. So I'm doing a lot of extra training, a lot of extra weight training, and I've started running. So sometimes you just need a break, right? But this is very chill for me. So I'm just going to talk about pornography again. And these are the videos that get way more views than any of my other videos. And I totally get it. It's very relevant, and I still think that quitting porn is the foundation for setting yourself up for a worthy life. Basically, that's what happened to me. Quitting porn saved my life. I know it. Maybe I wasn't all messed up back when I stopped, back when I quit, but it would have gradually gotten worse and worse and worse. I know that now because I'm out of the addiction, and then you can see clearly, and then I can see clearly how it destroyed my life. It's not when you are addicted and when you're in the addiction. That's not the time where you realize how much it's affecting your life, how much it's actually destroying everything. It's only now that I realize, because I'm clean, right? And I know I'm going to quit for life this time. Even though I have said that many times. I've been doing this for 7 years. So let's talk about it. Pornography. I live in Denmark, and Denmark was the very first country to legalize pornography. So growing up, this was very normal, normal for everyone. All my friends spoke about it, and we used to, I even a few times watched pornography with some friends. It was that normal. And none of my parents talked to me about it. It was just the norm. And then you hear that, if you don't masturbate, then you will get prostate cancer. And it's just the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Those studies are just so stupid. But I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm going to, I'm in my feels today. I'm feeling very calm energy today. I'm in my feels. So I'm going to talk about why exactly it is that we watch porn and what it is that we want. So whether you are heterosexual, homosexual, or any of the other sexualities or whatever, when you watch someone have sex on a screen, or they are role-playing or some fantasy, or there's a lot of porn. If you click this video, you know exactly what porn is, and you have your favorite type of porn. It may be normal softcore, or it may be hentai. It may be gangbanging or all this stuff. But what you actually want is connection. When you watch, let's just say you watch a man and a woman fuck and have sex and going at it, right? First of all, the way they're doing it, that is not a real connection. That's just a performance. Even if you think it's real, or amateur porn is not, it's still an act, right? They're still filming themselves to make money so that you can watch them and they can earn more money. It has nothing to do with real life love making. So what you're craving when you're watching the screen and you're living in this fantasy and you're masturbating to it is that you want to be that guy, or you want to be that woman that has a partner where you are passionate together. So not the way that they are doing it, but your brain and your mind and your soul and your heart craves love, a real connection, being connected to someone, having a partner that loves you and listens to you and takes care of you when you need it, and not only them, but someone that you can show love to, someone that you can make feel safe and comfortable and loved. A connection, it goes both ways. But when you're watching pornography on a screen, it's not real. You might be able to tell yourself that it's real, or you might be able to tell yourself that this is normal, like I'm just a sexual being and I'm just watching porn, and it's all fine. And that may be true. And you may be at a point where you think you have a healthy relationship with watching porn and masturbating. And then this video is not for you. Some people will never get to a point where they think masturbation or excessive masturbation or pornography use is unhealthy. And that's fine. Then you don't need to watch this video. Watching this video will be a waste of time, because you will have selective hearing. You will not listen to the things I say. You will hear the words I speak, but you will not actually listen. Your ego and your mind will like constantly like disapprove, or like call me out on my lies, or call me a douchebag or something way worse. So if you're one of those people, then just please click off the video. You don't need to be here. But if you're still here, it's because something inside you knows that maybe something is not right about doing the habit daily or by daily. So yeah, you want connection. And that's also what I wanted. And that's why if you keep using pornography with masturbation, you have to understand that that cocktail, that combination of two things, that's what makes it disgustingly powerful. Your brain is part of your brain is actually thinking it's making love to the screen, making love to thousands of women or men. And so there's this feedback loop of rewards going on, and that's why you like it. That's why you always return, because you think you have this connection. But in reality, you don't connect to anyone. You're making love to yourself in a very distorted way. And that's why the world is like, it's a big part of why the world is going mad. We have all this freedom to do whatever we want. And everyone has a unique voice, and everyone is special, and they can all, and everyone knows what's best inside. Yeah, I just have to feel. But that couldn't be further from the truth. We're actually very simple human beings, and we were not evolved to watch pornography, watch people have sex on a screen, and not in the way that we do today. And this is only the beginning. If you think magazines were the beginning, you're mistaken. Like, this is going to get so bad. It's going to get way worse until people start to realize how harmful it is. And it may be many years, because now we have all the robots and the AI coming up, and all the AI porn and sex robots becoming more and more real. And I know my brain is still messed up. I'm still healing after 7 years of trying to heal. But it's because I always relapse, I always return. But not this time. That's why I've started to make videos, because for 7 years I've been researching, learning from experience, connecting all the dots, where I now know what I talk about, and I speak from experience, and I speak from a lot of research. I could talk for days about this. I truly could. And I'm making these videos because I know that I have to do my part. I know someone is going to watch this, and they might, like, if you're watching this and you're getting something from it, it's because you know deep inside that something is off, something needs to change. And I'm only the catalyst among many others. Many men speak about this. Yeah. So when you sit in front of the screen and you're watching your favorite porn, try to be aware. Try to see in that very moment what you are doing. You're pleasuring yourself. Just, okay, you look at that and it's watching a screen, and you're sitting all by yourself, alone. And that was never the intention. That's not what you were created for. You were not created for hyper pleasure, hyper isolation, and hyper, like, inward pleasure seeking. We're supposed to look outward, and we're supposed to give someone love, and then we will receive a very natural, gentle love in return. It's not supposed to be you give me something and I give you something. Love is not transactional. And I'm sorry to say that if you think love is transactional, that is because your brain is messed up from many years of porn use, or something that happened in your family or with your friends, or the way you have been in some relationships and they showed you that love was transactional. That's just because the person that you were with was also broken. So love has become just a word. But once you start to once you start to stop all your addictions, and especially porn, you will start to realize something, and your brain will start to rewire. But it takes a long time, months, years. It takes a long time, because remember how many years you've been doing the opposite, training yourself to believe what love is and what sex is, which is definitely not what's happening on the screen. Yeah, and so the whole thing with semen retention, I've made some updates where I showed my days counter. And yes, no, the days don't matter. They truly don't matter. Because when you quit for good and you tell yourself, I quit for life now, I want to live a new life. I want to feel the real thing. I want to embrace a real woman. I want to look her in the eyes, and she can see that I am right here. I am alive, and I want to be here, and I want to provide, and I want to hug her and just be the man or the woman or the whatever I want to be. I'm right here. I want the love. I want to be in a real brotherhood. I want to be in the community. I want to be part of the world. I want to give myself in service to others because I know that I will receive tenfold, back in tenfold. But if you don't know that, that is because you have been like messed up. And I didn't know that until I was 22 years old. I started to realize, holy shit, I'm fucked up. My brain is like, I've been training my brain for 10 years to self-isolate and like be insecure, even though I look confident on the outside. I don't know if this video is all over the place because I really just want to bring home the message. But then again, I know that only the people that are supposed to get the message, the people who are ready to receive and make a change in their life will actually listen. So I guess you, if you're that special one, you will pick up what I'm trying to say. It's not rocket science. Pornography is not good for you. But if you use it, I don't care. It's fine. And like, you don't have to live a perfectly optimal life. You can live fast, burning the candle in both ends, right? Just party hard, die young, right? Your life is like, you do with your life what you want to do. You get the point. But pornography use is just a symptom of the problem. The problem of using addiction to cope with life. Running from life. Running from your responsibilities. Running from your evolution. And the only way is through. I'm sorry to say, like you can't pleasure your way out of life. Well, you can. You can pleasure your way out of life, seeking pleasure constantly. Through food and sex and porn and alcohol and smoking and gaming or avoiding everything, avoiding the discomfort, right? You can do that, but it will have consequences. Because if you live in that state of mind, everything you do will have this sort of, like, if that's all what you know, then I'm telling you from the other side, life is so much more. Everything can be such a joy. And when you let go of all those stupid instant pleasure things, like, everything just comes back to normal. And now I'm talking to all those who are like broken, but maybe don't really want to acknowledge it, or they don't know. Or if this message gets across to you, then I'm happy, right? If only a few gets it. But how I'm seeing, like, the videos I make on pornography and semen retention, people are starting to wake up to the truth. But this was not supposed to be normalized, but it is. because we're free and happy and we can fuck whoever we want and we can watch pornography on the internet and we just need to add so much sugar to the food and we just need to drink this so much alcohol because we can just party all night, we can fuck all the time and we can do what we want. And yes, you can. But if you have anxiety and depression and you don't know how to socialize and you don't know what to do with your life and all you know is to look at the next video or like scroll, or then that is because you're doing all those things. If you can't just sit in a chair and look at the view, then you are then you have been broken by society because growing up, we listen to the authorities, right? We listen to our parents, we listen to our teachers. But if they keep telling us, you are unique and you just need to listen to your inner voice and you can do whatever you want all the time and you don't need to listen to anyone and you're free to do whatever and there are no boundaries, then you will mess up. A kid, if you left a small kid to its own device, it would just kill itself very quickly. Like eat candy all the time and like not know when to go to bed. It was just dropped to sleep, like. And that's the metaphor for not just a metaphor, but like parents being afraid of teaching their children, like raising them to be good people, setting boundaries. So do you see that we are too free? I'm not saying that we need to be imprisoned or anything like that. I'm just saying parents should like set boundaries for their children and raise them. And maybe tell them that all the thing with sexuality and it will all come by itself because it is genetically ingrained in us. It is like sexuality is just a part of us. And love. And when you show hardcore porn to kids, they think it's weird. I thought it was weird. Like, and you did too. Like the very first time you watched, like it was, whoa, what is this? But then, you train and 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 somehow it just keeps pulling you in. And then at some point, you're so sucked into it that it's just part of your everyday life. Like, oh, and now we are at this point where, like, I've never used TikTok, but I've heard a lot of men speak about that. Like on TikTok, there's so many girls like looking for like to be they have been taught that the way they need to get attention is by showing their body. So they doll up and they have no clothes on almost, and it's just all over TikTok. But you also see it on YouTube, and every time it pops up, you see women doing yoga with like no clothes on, getting millions of views. And like it took me a long time to like tell my algorithm to like stop recommending that stuff. So I have to click the 3 buttons and like say, don't recommend this, don't recommend this, stop, I don't want to see it. And I had to block out a lot of stuff and like quit a lot of social media because it's just everywhere. Well, it wasn't in my algorithm because I watched it, right? But then I stopped watching it and then the algorithm learned that I have stopped it. So you have to change your environment. Like a cocaine addict doesn't leave cocaine traces, like all the places where he goes. And like, we spend a lot of time on the internet, right? So back to the point. If you're feeling hurt or lost or something, watching pornography is not going to help. It's just going to make it worse. Because your soul knows that something is missing. You're missing true connection with people. And the only way you can do that is by doing hard work, facing your fears, going that extra mile, like going outside, taking your career seriously, taking your education seriously, listening to people instead of just waiting to say what you have to say. Have you learned how to listen to people? All these real life abilities take real life work. You can't just click on a person and then say, strip for me. Like, fuck me. Validate me. Do it now. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you giving me what I need? Why aren't you giving me my fix? Give me, give me, give me, give me something. Give me something. So I can feel something. Do you understand? Like, that's what's happening. And that's why when the sex robots come, so many people will buy the sex robots, like real AI, ex machina sex robots. And it's going to kill so many people. It's going to like destroy our world. And like the world is kind of almost destroyed, right? But I believe that yes, there will be many casualties. So many, because it's just like people being self-obsessed and like just running from any sort of pain or discomfort. And in reality, we need to be pioneers, and we need to face the discomfort, and we need to face the pain, and all the true, natural, good rewards will come. So I'm not trying to be dystopian, but like it's already happened, we're already going. So yeah, I'm tired today, but who cares? So the part for me was like going totally clean, total monk mode or hard mode or whatever you want to call it. No masturbation, no porn. And I've tried it all. I also for like half a year I learned how to do that, like drawing the energy up, and then I could masturbate an edge, but I wouldn't ejaculate. And I wouldn't watch porn, but that was still so destructive, and it would always lead me back to porn. I will say, if you can just masturbate and not do anything else, like very quickly, you will become very bored of it, and then you will return to normal life. Because like just simple masturbation, it's not like it gets very obvious that it's just, yeah, it's nothing compared to combining it with HG porn, whatever fantasy you want to indulge in, having many tabs open, going crazy, like your brain is just melting. And it's not just melting, you have combined it with like touching yourself. Like the connection is so strong. And so what I did was just quit completely once I realized that there are no shortcuts if you are addicted and if you realize you have been addicted. But it's not just about quitting, like I said. It's about doing the things that scare the shit out of you. It's about going out there, living your life, living a real life. That's like where you can build empires, worlds, where you can hug real people, talk to them, miss a real person, not seclude yourself, not self-isolate. Like, do you think, just if you don't want to realize it with yourself, and the people who needs this message, you know who you are. So everyone that thinks that has a good life going and they just chill, okay? I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the people that needs to hear this. So you look now, if you're used to looking at people have sex, you can also think about this. You see a person, he sits with a screen. It's dark and it's just like the light is shining on him. And he's sitting there just wanking. Like already there. You know that something's off, right? Like something's not right. And maybe you don't. But I can tell you, like, that's not going to make you happy. And I think you already know, because there's always the next fix. There's always the next fix. And at some point, I guess you don't even feel something. You just do it because it's a habit. I was just to my Jiu-Jitsu class. And now I have a goal of going to this tournament in a month. And there's so much support. And there's so much brotherhood. And that brotherhood and that community right there has always been there. But it's only now that I truly show up. Like, I want to be part of it. And that's the difference. If you feel like you can't be anywhere and you have social anxiety and you have depression and you have all these, you have ADHD and you have all these diagnoses, like there is a reason for it. And some may be born with it. But like, I'm telling you, like, most people like could avoid it and can heal from it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for making it so dark. If you want something more light, you can watch my video I just posted about my Camino trip and my encounter with the divine or the supernatural. That's a way more light and light-hearted, happy video. But this shit needs to be talked about, and it needs to get in the light. Some people will make it out, but we will only see the true damage in like 10 or 20 years. And yeah. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm really not. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.